Hello, 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 hello. What up, though? Oh my lord, this cool weather just doesn't make me want to do anything. You know, I got up and I've been going through the motions. Is anyone else feeling that the change of the weather is just really making it challenging to get up or feel motivated or, you know, it's interesting how that all changed. You know, the sun shines out and we all have goals and we want to do stuff. It gets a little bit colder and it's like okay to hit snooze. It's okay to relax. It's okay to blah, blah, blah. I hate that. Hello. I'm glad you agree. Yeah, that's what I've been experiencing the last couple of days. Really just being present to, I don't know, how serious, like, I really don't take myself and my word, you know? Like, the last couple of days, I get in these moods where it's like I put the gas on, I'm on the gas, I'm moving forward, and if any of you can relate, please take a listen, right? You know, we're excited about something, we're feeling good about it, we're going for it, and then, you know, it's good, and then it's like, you know what, maybe I'll just take a relax. Hey, Danielle, maybe if I'll just relax for a little bit, and then that one day kind of turns into, I don't know, a couple of days, and then a couple of days go by. That's what I'm experiencing right now. Like last week I was on fire. Friday I was on fire. Saturday I was going skydiving, and the weather happened. We didn't end up going. And then I could naturally feel myself getting into this like low energy type mode. I came home and was like, oh, what am I going to do now? Blah, blah, blah. I might as well just relax. And then that went into Sunday, which then went into Monday. And what's today? Wednesday. I pulled myself out of it yesterday, allowed myself to get back into it late last night. And then this morning, I even contemplated on like, oh, what if I just lay in bed and not go to the gym? I'm like, no. So the reason why I'm like even sharing this is because we have things that are important to us and things that we want to do, but we always get into like that negotiation phase against ourselves on that it really isn't that important. Do we really need it? I'm this, I'm that, blah, blah, blah. And before we are even doing the thing that we know we want to do or that we need to do, we're negotiating with ourselves, talking ourselves out of it. And I am a professional at that. And I know we can all relate. But an act is something that is our natural way of being that we've kind of developed. And mine is, don't tell me what to do. I don't care. And I've been really professional at that. And so what that looks like for me in my life is that when I know things are important to me, but I want to relax maybe or do something. I don't even know if I want to relax, to be honest. I think I just want to avoid the world. And I go, it's okay, I don't care. Or, you know, don't tell me what to do. And that even relates to me telling myself what to do, which is super frustrating because I'm telling myself what to do from a place of I know that the actions produce results that I want and that I'm going for. But I'm just really good at thinking, oh, woe is me, I don't want to do this, why am I doing this, I'm not learning anything, da-da-da. So if you can relate to me in the sense of that, the negotiation phase before even doing what we say, even doing what it is we know we need to do, and if we can start catching ourselves in that phase, in that moment, which like now that I'm out of it, I'm thinking, man, Bray, you totally were in that negotiation phase where I acted like it didn't matter, everything is okay, I can do what I want, why can't I take a few days off? When really, then a couple of days go by and I get upset with myself because I haven't been producing the results that I know I could have been doing if I was taking action. So the topic really today is just about integrity with yourself. Do you often find yourself not taking yourself seriously and falling back on the things you said you were going to do because of an emotion or however you're feeling in the moment? Because we make plans and we make things to do in moments of us feeling like inspired and excited and everything like that, right? And then it's in the moments that we're feeling or whatever, forgetting about what was important, that's when we're making the decision not to do the thing that we said we were going to do. So you can see that both of them are coming from two completely different places. One place being really excited about things, the other place kind of being like, let me be affected by my mood today. I know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but that's our ego. When we're in a low energy mood and we act like we don't want to do the things that we said we were going to do, it's usually because our ego is trying to keep us small. It's like, yeah, you're right, Bray. You totally could just hang out and do nothing for multiple days and it would be okay. Yes, in fact, would our life still work? It would work. Absolutely, it would work. It just wouldn't work at a better quality that we want it to work at because we're not doing anything. So it's like, yeah, you can continue living your life the way you're living it, of course, and it will work. It just won't work the best that it can work. And that's where I constantly struggle is I'm going, and then I'm like that. Then I'm going, then I'm like that. And in these moments of downward spiral, really, it's like that's the most precious time where it's good to kind of have someone in your life, or maybe where you write something out to yourself that you can look at and remember to look at when you're in those moments, so you can remind yourself why you're doing these things over here that in this moment right now you don't want to do, because you're feeling a certain way, or you just want to isolate yourself and just go and live your own life, which is interesting because we're just constantly keeping ourselves small. And I'm so huge on sharing this because I'm guilty of it. I'm like really guilty of it actually. And it's one thing that I'm constantly dealing with probably like every other week. Like I can be consistent. And then once I fall off, it's like nothing matters. When like really everything matters. If you can come from a place of everything matters and everything that we're doing matters and everyone around us matters, then we can kind of start showing up a bit more powerfully than feeling powerless. So really just wanting to get clear, what's something that you do with yourself that you find, like what's something that might consistently come up for you, something that you want to work on, and then you think about working on it and you kind of make a plan to work on it. But then when the moment comes to work on it, you convince yourself that it's really not that important, or you don't have time, or you don't actually want to do it, or so it's like, where are you not taking yourself seriously in your life? It's kind of what I'm getting at. And for me, I can say that I don't take my personal development as serious as I would like to sometimes, because I'm in these programs like my personal training program and my nutrition and everything like that. And it's like, I have to kind of take it seriously, because in order for me to learn the material, I got to read it and then I got to take the test. But my ego is so afraid of like giving it my all and then not passing or looking stupid or feeling silly or whatever, and then I just actually prevent myself from doing it altogether, which is so crazy. And it's something that I promote on here all the time, right? Is that in order to succeed, we have to experience failure. And it's not failure, it's just a lesson. And we just learn from it, we move forward. Yet even I live in that realm of being afraid and fearful and everything like that. And it's like something that we will constantly battle with our entire life. But to just be conscious of that, right? And to really remember the reasoning to why we want to do certain things, and to not be afraid. Like, we're not always going to get things right, and it's not right or wrong, it just is. It's like either you know something or you don't, and then you can learn it or you don't, or whatever. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm stupid, or I'm this, or I'm that, or I'm whatever. It's like, no, I'm amazing, and I'm taking initiative in my life to try and improve my life. Why are we shitting on ourselves all the time? It's so frustrating, Like even earlier, someone was like, Braden, acknowledge yourself. And I'm thinking to myself, I just spent the past couple of days hardly not doing much. What am I acknowledging myself for, right? And it's like, well, how far you've come, and this and that. And it's like hard for me in moments like that for me to pat myself on the back, because I'm just like, I could be doing way more right now and I'm not. Could, would, should, again, all self-limiting beliefs that are built up by other people around us, or how we view ourselves, or what people say and everything like that. What you're doing is enough. It can work, and it will continue to work. Just if you want more for yourself and in your life and in your goals and stuff like that, you just got to work a little bit harder. So it's to not make ourselves wrong for anything, and to just really get curious on what's important for us, what's something that we know not like we should be doing. It's hard when others don't take you seriously with working on yourself. Yeah, that is really hard actually, because you don't have that support system. And the unfortunate thing with that is with family and friends, they should kind of, not should, because that's a self-limiting belief, but it would be nice if they could see the benefits that you're gaining from it, and then if they could get curious as to where in their life they'd benefit from working on that. But a lot of people aren't supportive of other people because they don't have any answers, and it's confronting. They think their life's fine. They don't think their life's fine. They really don't. I can tell you that. Inside, if they're being honest with themselves. And that's what people are like when others around them are doing self-development, right? They're kind of judgmental because they know that their life isn't that great, and they know that they could try more, but what it looks like to them, they have no idea what it looks like because it's scary and it's confronting, and a lot of people just want to believe that their life is okay and their life is good, because when they realize that it's not, or when they are honest with themselves and it's not, then they have a lot more work to do. And that's where people get afraid. They're like, oh. So, I just want to acknowledge you for taking that on, Jacinda, for taking, personal development and stuff on yourself, and try not to be affected by other people around you, because I like to look at people as storm clouds. And, well, if there's a storm cloud near me, well, I'm putting on my umbrella, I'm putting on whatever, I'm doing whatever. So that rain cloud isn't affecting me, because people's energy naturally does affect us. And how unfortunate is that for us that our life and personal development gets stopped because other people aren't seeing the value in it, and they're just so close-minded to not see it for themselves. So I acknowledge you for being awesome and trying and not letting them affect you. And if they do affect you some days, that's okay. Let it happen for a little bit, but then let it go, because you're steps ahead of them. And they're just mad. They're just mad about that. But, so yeah, short and sweet today, guys. Just really about what do you wish you could take more serious in your life? And I think that's a really great question. And I'm going to do that for myself later as well. I'm going to write that down. Get really very curious as to why I almost keep grabbing things and putting them in my way. I'm like, let's put this here. It's like I keep in my mind thinking it's unrealistic to stay at a high energy and so happy, because some days I'm thinking, my life's amazing, and then I'm like, what's so great about my life? Then I'm like, woo, look at me, and then I'm like, but I'm very average. It's like, piss off. Let me stay up here. Let me be excited, because we should be excited about things we have in our life. I know for myself that I have a stigma attached to life is beautiful, life is this, life is whatever. Life is what you make it. And if we're so attached, hey Rachel, if we're so attached to this stigma of fear of the unknown, if we're so attached to this stigma of my life is going to be awesome when? I'm going to be happier when? I'm going to start acting this way when? But it's everything, and I like that you said unknown, is everything is uncertain and unknown, right? So tomorrow can't be predicted. Yesterday already happened. So why are we constantly living in every other space but the present? We don't know what's going to happen if we take this action. We don't know what's going to happen if we say this thing. We don't know what's going to happen over here. We think we know what's happened based on all the experiences we've had in our life. So we think that we're like, we're psychic. Oh yeah, I know what's going to happen to me. Blah, blah. Like, you don't know anything. You don't know. You don't know. You could walk out here and unexpectedly say hi to someone you didn't think you were going to say hi to. They could be like this, and like, who knows? Amazing things could happen to you in a blink of an eye. So if we can continue to remain living in the present and doing what we know we need to do right now, attached to no outcome, rather than just being excited for the result, because every action we take produces a result. And that's what I like to think is pretty incredible, is that every single action you take every day, from what time you get up, when you hit snooze, when you get out of bed, how you look at yourself, having a shower, every single piece of action is leading to what's happening next. You press the alarm. Okay, cool. You get out of bed. You go to the bathroom. You do this. Every single action has a next follow-up action. So I like to remember that, or I'm going to remember that, when I'm not taking any action, that like, even if I don't want to be taking the action, if I push myself through doing the action, the result and the outcome at the end will be inspiring and motivating, that I'll feel way better at the end. So if we can just get through feeling the certain way a little bit at the beginning, the end result is beautiful. And the end result and that feeling is what we're essentially chasing. And that end result is what's going to add us like productivity in our life. And we're going to be moving towards the thing that we want. Not worrying about what's happening tomorrow. Not worrying about what happened yesterday. Not worrying about what you said, how you said it. Your friend said this. They didn't text back. The job never called you. The woman at the friggin' dollar store gave you a dirty ass look. Who cares? Who cares? Don't worry about all that stuff. Just worry about right here. What's here? What's here? What am I doing today? What's my plan? And is my plan supporting my life? Should I sit over here and focus on the computer, or should I go and visit someone? Well, if you go visit someone, sure, it might be nice, but it's not going to produce results like sitting at home and working on the computer would. So are you weighing out the things in your life of important, like what serves me, what doesn't serve me, and really getting clear on that? Again, not worrying about tomorrow, not worrying about yesterday, living in the now, because whatever happened in the past that you're worrying about right now happened in the now, and whatever you're worrying about in the future hasn't even happened yet. So how are you even worrying about something that hadn't happened yet? Because when you start worrying about stuff, you start manifesting that stuff, and then you start looking for reasons to prove yourself right. So language creates power. Language creates our reality. Whatever you say, you become. So if you want to be awesome, say you're awesome every single day. If you want to be tired or upset or feel lonely and you're telling yourself that all the time, well, in fact, you're going to be tired, upset, and feeling lonely. And why, if we understand that our language creates our life and adds power, why are we going to talk to ourselves in a way that's powerless when we can change and alter that way of being? Which is pretty cool. I know it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it's annoying. Sometimes I'm in a bad mood and I think, oh, I don't want to be happy right now. No. Like, I act like that. I get like that. And then I'm like, seriously, Braden, look at yourself, man. You're being ridiculous. Being this way is not serving you. And it's also not serving anyone around me, because people around me, when I act like that, don't get to experience the authentic way of me being, which is caring, compassionate, high energy, this and that. Like, not always, right? But like, people get like that inspiring feeling from me. And like, I'm doing people a disservice if I'm walking around being like, I'm going to be in this cranky mood, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be mad at stuff that I can't even control. I'm going to be cranky because it's colder out. I'm going to be cranky because it's this. It's like, if we only stopped, if we could really only just be grateful for the things that we have, maybe we would stop acting so entitled, in the sense of like, I'm going to be upset. It's like, we don't actually have things to be that upset about. We woke up, we have food, we have a place to live, we're able to do whatever we want, for the most part, pretty much. And so why aren't we a bit more happier? What are we waiting to happen for us to be more happier? And again, really just getting curious on what is something you keep telling yourself you want to do, but you haven't started, or you did and you fell back. Like, what is an area in your life that you're not taking yourself seriously in? And figure that out, and then get curious as to why you're not taking yourself serious, and then figure out what you can do to start taking yourself serious. And what I would suggest for taking more serious is actually start taking the action that you haven't been taking. Because once you start actually being your word and doing the thing you said you do, you start to feel way better, and your mindset shifts about yourself, because you're like, holy shit, I'm taking myself seriously. And then if you're anything like me, a couple days later you fall off and then you end up in the ditch, and then you appear a couple days later and you're like, I'm here again, ready to take myself seriously. And it's just, it doesn't work, because it's such highs and lows, and consistency is the end all be all. If you stay consistent with something, you're going to achieve the results. So just keep pushing through. Again, ask yourself today, what's something you haven't been taking yourself serious with? And get curious, and I'm going to do the same later for myself. And if you want to share. I would love a comment below, something that you kind of want to work on. And yeah, so have a powerful day. Win Wednesday. Celebrate something today for yourself that you've done, or you've changed, or you've improved. And give yourself a pat on the back, because no one else is going to do that. And you're awesome. Bye.